Welcome back to Grammar Grade 9. This is Unit 5, Lesson 33, and today we're looking at the building blocks of every verb, its principal parts. Every verb you use has 4 of them, and once you know how they work, you can build any tense you want. We'll focus on regular verbs, the dependable ones that follow a simple, predictable pattern. Let's dig in. Let's start with the big picture. Every single verb in English has 4 principal parts. Think of them as the 4 basic shapes a verb can take. They're the raw material of every tense: past, present, future, all of it. Once you learn a verb's 4 parts, you can build any tense you need from them. And those 4 parts have names: the base form, the present participle, the past, and the past participle. Let's meet each one. Here are the 4 parts laid out using the regular verb paint. Part 1 is the base form, just paint, the plain dictionary word. Part 2 is the present participle, painting. We make it by adding ing to the base. Part 3 is the past, painted, formed by adding ed. And part 4 is the past participle, which for a regular verb looks exactly the same as the past, painted again. Notice that for regular verbs, the past and the past participle are twins. Now, what exactly makes a verb regular? A regular verb is one that forms its past and its past participle by simply adding ed, or just d, to the base form. Watch. Talk becomes talked, and live becomes lived. When the base already ends in e, like live, we only need to add the d. And here's a rule that's even more universal. Every verb, regular or not, forms its present participle by adding ing. Talk becomes talking. Live becomes living. So regular verbs are the predictable ones. Ed for the past, ing for the ongoing action. Here's something important about 2 of those 4 parts. The present participle and the past participle can never work alone. Each one needs a helping verb standing in front of it. The present participle teams up with a form of be, is, are, was, to show action in progress. The crew is painting the fence. And the past participle teams up with a form of have, has, have, had. The crew has painted the fence. Say either participle by itself, painting, painted, and the thought feels unfinished. The helping verb is what completes it. Adding ed and ing is usually simple, but keep an eye out for a few small spelling changes. First, when the base ends in a silent e, we drop that e before ing. Hope becomes hoping, and its past is hoped. Second, sometimes we double the final consonant. Stop becomes stopping and stopped, so the vowel stays short. And third, when the base ends in a consonant plus y, that y changes to I before ed. Carry becomes carried, though it keeps the y before ing, as in carrying. A good habit is to say the word out loud. Your ear will often catch the change your eye might miss. Let's watch a single regular verb move through all 4 of its parts in real sentences. I'll use the verb study. The base form. Painters study the light before they begin. The present participle with a helper. They are studying it right now. The past. They studied it all afternoon yesterday. And the past participle with its helper. They have studied it for years. 1 verb, 4 forms. And notice how studied covers both the past and the past participle, just as our rule promised. Let's boil it into a quick check. Step 1. Look at how the verb makes its past. Does it just add ed or d? Step 2. If it does, you've got a regular verb, nice and predictable. Step 3. Form the present participle by adding ing, the way every verb does. And keep this in the back of your mind. Those two participles always travel with a helping verb. Master that, and the 4 principal parts are yours. Let's practice. Let's practice. In this first set, I'll show you a verb form, and you tell me which of the 4 principal parts it is: base, present participle, past, or past participle. Pause the video and decide before I reveal each answer. The form is jumping. What ending do you see? That ing tells you immediately this is the present participle, the form that shows action in progress. So the answer is the present participle. The form is explore. There's no ending on it at all. No ing, no ed. It's the plain dictionary word, exactly as you'd look it up. That makes it the base form. The answer is base. She has painted the mural. Here the verb is painted, but look at the little word in front of it, has. That helping verb has, paired with the ed form, is the fingerprint of the past participle. Without a helper, it would just be the past. But has painted makes it the past participle. The answer is past participle. In this second set, we'll test your spelling and your eye for regular verbs. I'll give you a verb, and you choose the correct form, or the right label. Pause and try each one before I answer. The base verb is hope, and we want its past. Hope already ends in a silent E, so we don't add a full ed. We just add the D. That gives us hoped. Hopped, with 2 P's, belongs to the word hop, and hoping is the ing form. So the past of hope is hoped. We want the present participle of stop. Stop ends in a single vowel and a single consonant. So before we add ing, we double that final P. The result is stopping with 2 P's. Stopping with 1 P isn't a word, and stopped is the past. So the present participle is stopping. Is run a regular verb? Remember our test. A regular verb makes its past by adding ed. But the past of run isn't runned, it's ran. Since run changes its spelling instead of adding ed, it breaks the pattern. So no, run is irregular. Let's pull it all together. Every verb has 4 principal parts: the base form, the present participle, the past, and the past participle. A verb is regular when it builds its past and past participle by simply adding ed or d. And remember that every verb, without exception, adds ing to make the present participle. Finally, keep in mind that the 2 participles never stand alone. The present participle leans on a form of be, and the past participle leans on a form of have. Learn those 4 parts for any regular verb, and you can build every tense it has. Great work today. I'll see you in the next lesson.